You don't get this stuff from Howard Stern Show. You don't get this stuff from anything but Renegade Radio.
It's the Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show, Saturday and Sunday, May 3rd and 4th at the Alara Center in Grand Forks, and they're looking for sponsors and vendors. This is a great opportunity to get your business noticed by thousands of people for this 2 long days of this awesome event. If you'd like to get your business noticed, or if you'd like a booth, contact Sarah, 763-568-1946, or Dennis at 701-741-5205. There'll be a raffle with over $90,000 worth of prizes, including a Polaris 1000 North Star Ultimate Crew Cab Ranger, a Harley-Davidson Street Glide, and Polaris Sportsman 570, with the net proceeds benefiting the Veterans Honor Flight of North Dakota, Minnesota. And veterans are absolutely free. Find out more by going to rrvmnd.org. Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show, Saturday and Sunday, May 3rd and 4th at the Alara Center in Grand Forks. Are you still putting off that project around the house that's been bugging you forever? Do you think you can wait until spring and call a contractor and have the work done ASAP? Well, good luck with that. Executive Properties has openings right now to get that project done. In fact, you can check out their Google reviews. Diane says Executive Properties did a roof project and remodeled a bathroom in our house. We were happy with their quality of work, and the projects were completed in a timely manner. We will use Executive Properties for our next home project. Get that project done sooner than later. Call Executive Properties, 701-330-1273.
swirls, melting fast. I'm savoring every moment, make it last. It's the two-scoop, dreaming, give me one big banana. Caramel rivers running wild, like a kid again, feeling so wild. Bite after bite, taste divine. In this creamy world, I'm gonna shine. It's the two-scoop, dreaming, give me one big banana. Peanut butter ripples in a dream, swirls of joy wrapped in this ice cream. Every flavor twist, can't get enough. Life is sweet when you're licking this stuff.
There it spins on a holder so sure.
And stalwarts we really can't ignore. Oh, this rope be my savior once more.
It's the charm, the cheer of the weary. Dear old, don't you roll away no
Many
more.
times you've been spinning around my bathroom door. In the corner of the room where we keep the stock, had a pile up to the door. Now there's just this rock. Oh, this road. In its grace, it stands so bold. You're my white round knight when the times get cold. Dear old, I pray you'll hold. For many moons you've ruled this homely throne.
When the shells,
They're all bare and the world's in a swirl. You're my last, my trusty twirl in the quiet. When it's just you and I, we abide side by side and we comply. Oh, my roll in your embrace, I'm consoled. And when that latch clicks softly inside my humble abode, it's you I seek when life's events unfold.
in this refuge you stand alone so prized.
We've unfurled moments, in you I confide. Dear old, through tough times we stroll. cry and bleed. With comfort you cradle my weary soul. Dear old, you're worth your weight in gold.
It's the Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show, Saturday and Sunday, May 3rd and 4th at the Alara Center in Grand Forks, and they're looking for sponsors and vendors. This is a great opportunity to get your business noticed by thousands of people for this 2 long days of this awesome event. If you'd like to get your business noticed, or if you'd like a booth, contact Sarah, 763-568-1946, or Dennis at 701-741-5205. There'll be a raffle with over $90,000 worth of prizes, including a Polaris 1000 North Star Ultimate Crew Cab Ranger, a Harley-Davidson Street Glide, and Polaris Sportsman 570, with the net proceeds benefiting the Veterans Honor Flight of North Dakota, Minnesota. And veterans are absolutely free. Find out more by going to rrvmnd.org. Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show, Saturday and Sunday, May 3rd and 4th at the Alara Center in Grand Forks.
She left me standing in the rain again. It's a pain of fake, the truth can't pretend. You go, this is the story of the breakup song. You go, how did it all just go so wrong? We had our moments in the summer sun, but now those days of love are gone. You go, this is the story of the breakup song. You go, how did it all just go so wrong? Looking back, I see the signs we missed, all the times we should have kissed. Now it's just a faded memory of what we thought our love could be. You go, this is the story of the breakup song. You go, how did it all just go so wrong? The nights are colder without your embrace. Every corner of this town I see your face. You go, this is the story of the breakup song. You go, how did it all just go so wrong? I find your letters in an old shoebox. Reading them over, my heart unlocks. You go, this is the story of the breakup song. You go, how did it all just go so wrong? I drive past our favorite coffee place. Recollection of your smile, a bitter taste. You go, this is the story of the breakup song. You go, how did it all just go so wrong? legendary man. Oh yeah, yeah. No chains can bind his soul. Got lucky, breaking through control. Run! Legendary man. Yeah, yeah. Out on the streets, he's making waves. Legendary man. Oh, yeah, yeah. Got lucky. Oh. Breaking up the show. Run. He's got a purpose. No fear in his stride. Oh no, chaos in his wake. Taking it in style. Tearing through the city. Making headlines. A trail of thunder. He blazes through the night. Rules have no meaning. He's out of sight. With a chuckle and a chase, he'll outpace the light. No boundaries hold him. No end in sight. With a roar in his heart. Hey, hey, he's the man of the hour. Watch him play. Yeah. Legendary man. Happy as he can. Got lucky, oh, breaking up the show. Run! Legendary man.
And here we go.
Self-composed.
That's right. Another bow I take.
And you should, because that is fantastic.
Yeah, that's kind of in tribute to the late great Greg Kidd, you know. So
Love it.
I mean, I was able to interview his bandmate last week, or Robert Berry, all the way from California. He still runs his studio that he's been running for the last 40 years. Kind of does what you do, kind of, in very similar ways, except you're more instrumental. He's vocal and whatever. He'll take whatever bands want to work with him, I guess.
So, yeah, what the hell? You're just popping off with all these interviews. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
How or when do all of those that you do end up going out? How does that work?
Oh, you mean like when I release them?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, whenever I decide that I feel like there's been a gap between depending on who the interview is, depending on the big, how big, more likely with those, I would upload those right away. But,
Okay.
but with the ones that, I don't want to get too much flooded, we're like, that's why even on the Renegade radio stuff, like I'm up to episode 13 of season 3 right now, of uploads on the YouTube channel. Everything that you see, or everything that you will see, it will always go up on the YouTube channel. If the what's scrolled down on the banner, that's all people have to do is just take a look at that, and they'll be able to find pretty much everything that I've uploaded thus far. I mean, I know maybe I'm being a little lazy about it, but it's like I just got
I'm just curious. Like for me, if since I'm not set up with the social media that would go, I subscribe. So, look, there's a new video by Frankie. Let me see that,
Or, with you, I always send you the videos ahead of time sometimes.
I love that because that last one, That was real good. That was real good.
Well, that last one was, thanks to this Jacob Marshall guy. He's just a young guy that's based out of the UK and wanted to be an entertainment agent, I guess, or something. And, and he's helped me already. He don't even really know me, but yet he's helped me. And, it's been a good relationship. We might get him on or might do a one-on-one interview. That's the thing about him. He said that, for most of these or pretty much all of these, that the other reason why I haven't asked nobody else to participate is because they requested it be one-on-one. So that's the only reason why I haven't invited anybody.
That, what? And that's really good to know. Cause and sometimes it may just be more beneficial for that because less can be more. And that whole interview was just, there was not a lot of space, and I felt that you guys were hitting on all sorts of stuff, and he seemed to me really genuinely happy to be there.
Are you talking John Morris?
Correct. I didn't know what all. I mean, I don't know if we're live now, whatever.
Oh, yeah. We're live.
So,
absolutely.
But yeah, I was like,
did I say live on the corner there? Don't you see the same thing I see?
Yeah, but I don't know what that means.
That means we're live everywhere. The whole world is seeing us. Yes. So hopefully you got clothes on there.
I just won't stand up.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
So yeah, it's just like that was just so well done.
Well, I appreciate that.
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I watched the whole thing and I was like, wow, you guys, I see that dog.
But yeah, but that's all. What's up there, Mad Dog? No, see, that's all thanks to you, Lance, because you hooked me up with this guy. It was just a random thing that you found, and then he was one of the very few that responded back. Because the problem that I've been having with all these people, or this list that you've been sending me, nobody basically responds back.
And I
totally, if I'm lucky.
Yep.
Mark Houston, or Mark, not Houston, Mark Holter, or whatever, the guy who was in Teen Wolf and all that stuff. He responded, but he said he didn't like doing live interviews anymore. And I said, well, I've just seen him do a whole bunch not too long ago, but and I said we can accommodate. You can do a pre-record. It doesn't have to be live.
Yeah. But no, fair enough. And that's
at least
why
he responded, though. At least he's
exactly.
He told me,
And that's why, to me, that's why you kind of do the little bit.
Yeah.
And you kind of hope and you go, wow, that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. So yeah, right now I have another list going.
All right.
Because that's just kind of fun too.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. I mean, with all the ideas and stuff, I mean, hey, if everybody said yes, we'd be doing very well, for ourselves. But yeah,
and all it'll take is a couple, of those, and that maybe then it will kind of pick up a little like, wow, well, then maybe I really do need to do that show.
Yeah. Well, like some of the people that we have late or coming up here, like David BOWE, who will be our guest tonight. I've been trying to look for some interviews that he's done on YouTube and stuff. I can't find any.
Well, everything comes up David Bowie, right? So
yeah,
I mean, it makes it really challenging to say no.
That's right. But no, see, that's the thing. It's like people like, I feel like a lot of people have forgotten about this guy. Like he's one of those guys who some of the biggest roles that he was in was like stuff from like with Weird Al. He was with U.H.F. That was his big.
Well, what's interesting to me is his face, at least on the IMDb stuff, is very recognizable.
Oh, sure, and he's done commercials and he's done lots of stuff that people have forgotten about. That's just what I mean, though. It's like I don't understand that. I don't. It's like this guy still wants to do more stuff and everything. So how's it going, Mad Dog?
Man, how's everybody doing?
Oh, we're doing all right. I mean, we survived Super Bowl Sundays, and we'll talk about that here a little bit here.
Get the
football thing one more time.
Because there's so much to talk about.
That's right. Well, I mean, one final football analysis, and then we're done. Then we move on with that.
One final. We haven't even had one.
No, you've been missing the show.
Well, doesn't
Oh,
Doesn't the
John
AFL or the WFL start up in like 3 weeks? Or the AFL, the American Football League? What's that new spring football they call it?
Oh, was that XFL? Was it the one that The Rock owned or something?
It's a spin-off of that. Yeah, it's kind of a spin-off of that.
Well, whatever. I mean, as far as National Football League, anyway, it's the last of for the time being until the August or September again or whatever. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
The Swifty got booed yesterday. I loved every.
Yeah. We had a little deal in the at the casino, and not many people were there. I was surprised. I was really surprised.
Not many people were where?
At the casino, at my casino that I work at. It was
to watch
employed.
the game.
Yeah.
You mean?
Well, they had it in the bar, the main bar area, the only bar that we have. So they had it on the big screen. They had it, on the other screens, all that, and they were offering some specials. Like it's the only time I've ever known that they were going to make wings for 70 cents a piece. I should have got on that deal. I didn't realize how cheap they were. I didn't know until it was too late or whatever. So I just got chili cheese dogs instead, which was still good, because who doesn't like chili cheese dogs?
Can't go wrong.
Who doesn't like a big wiener sometimes?
Potato.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this, Frankie. I still would have never said that.
What?
No matter how much I like
there
them.
now.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows I'm the biggest wiener eater at the casino.
Put that in the new intro.
Well, we got Jeremy's going to be working on the new intro here pretty soon.
Wiener is better than anybody.
You can make it as sexually as you want. I don't care. I don't care. It don't bother me at all. I'm at the point in my life where I don't get bothered by things like that anymore.
I love the song too.
What song?
For the intro.
Okay. Well, that was very random.
With the intro, with the whole Jeremy's working on the intro.
Oh yeah. Well, he's going to be giving us a new intro because I figure it's time to update it a little bit. Like we'll still keep the old one, as a backup, but like for now. But what do you? Because I haven't seen it yet. He's not even done with it yet, so he's going to try to. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to whatever he does. I trust him. It'll be great because he's good at what he does. So I don't ask him for favors too often anymore, but I figure if you have time, because I don't know how to do that shit. I mean, I could do it, but I don't think it'd be as good as it could be. I don't know how to use Photoshop. All right. Well, I guess we'll play you the intro just because you want to see it so bad and everything, and then we'll get the show started here since most of us are here already.
One question before we play the intro.
Oh.
How old are you, Frankie?
I'm 41.
How old are you? No, I'm to the age now where I blah 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 blah. 41. Jesus.
You couldn't have waited until after we started the intro for that to roast me?
No, I could not. Sorry.
All right. Whatever. Here's the intro, everybody. We'll be right back for the show.
You don't get this stuff from Howard Stern Show. You don't get this stuff from anything but Renegade Radio.
And there you go. There's the intro. I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, it's already 5:01. It's already 5:01 p.m. over here, so it's appropriate to do that, I guess.
There you go. Well, top of the hour.
Welcome everybody to season 4, episode number 6 here on Renegade Radio. And what's special about today, other than it being the week of Valentine's and the day after the Super Bowl and everything else like that. It is our 60th episode. If you go back to the beginning, if you kept track, and I've been keeping track at least, today is our 60th episode. Last week was episode 59, which I thought was I didn't say nothing about it because I didn't think about it at the time. It would have been appropriate to say it with the whole Buddy Holly thing last week, being episode 59. But I didn't say nothing, and I should have. Missed opportunity, I guess. But today is our 60th episode. So that means that another 40 episodes from now, we will get to our 100th episode. So, yeah. So for those who have stuck with me since the beginning, or have been been added on since then, I appreciate you, because it's been a long journey. It's already felt like we've already done 500 episodes already, to be honest with you, but we're only at number 60. So I'm guessing probably
we're that good a company that we feel like you feel like you've already done 500 with us, or what? What's going on there?
Well, it feels like
That's
we've been doing this for a long.
hurts.
No. What I'm okay. Let me correct myself. Let me reset the words a little bit. What it feels like is that we've been doing this for so long that it feels like it's been a long time. It doesn't feel like it's been only, let's say, a year and a half or whatever, or about a year and a half now, I'd say, since August of 2023. I mean, thankfully, for the Grand Forks Best Source, studios, that we're able to, do some live stuff too at, this year. I'm looking forward to making a few appearances again and doing some live stuff. And I hope we will be able to still do something on the 17th, because that would be the day that when we got Bruce Verlance coming, that'd be the perfect day for it, because of the anniversary and St. Patty's Day. It just makes sense, It's a way to end St. Patty's Day, I'd say. And the anniversary.
March 17th?
That's what he'll be on anyway.
Okay.
I'm hoping the weather will be good. Because if the weather's not good, I
just found out.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just found out Friday my wife's got to have more surgery next week, so I'll be out of action for a while, but I should be back in time for next Monday, hopefully. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I kind of got after, for those who if you were paying attention at all to the Facebook feed last week, or the thing Mama T was writing. I don't want to have any controversy, but I'm just going to say it just to say it and set it and forget it. We're supposed to say. We would have, for the longest time, I've been letting her promote. She's been promoting our show, which is great, which helps a lot, and I appreciate that. Well, and I don't have a problem with anybody, no matter if you have a show, if you don't have a show. I don't have a problem with you promoting it on here, because feel free to. It's all, no problem. But I feel like, in a way, that she kind of likes to, it's like she wants to kind of copy me sometimes, and it's like when you invite somebody on your show when you're doing somebody else's show, I feel like that takes away from the show that the person's already on. Because I know, John, you could easily, if you really wanted to, and maybe I wouldn't really have a problem with that so much, but I know you're not going to do this because you're a professional. You can invite anybody of our guests to say, hey, you should come on my show. I got a show, that you can come on. You should be on my show. Well, I get a little sick and tired of her doing that. So I got a little mad about her doing that. So I think it's kind of unprofessional. On that point.
I get that. But, there's many guests you've had on that I would absolutely love to have on my show, and I would be the first guy to go, Frankie, thanks, man, for introducing me to this guy, because let's face it, Frankie and Renegade Radio and John Roberts at GFBS, they're not the only shows these guys are ever on. They get asked to do this all the time, but
sure.
There's that fine line, and is she promoting Renegade Radio on Mondays and Saturdays on her show?
Well, she is.
See, I don't know. I don't even watch my own shows. I have no idea.
Well, she does. She does. But I never asked her to. She just did it because see that commercial, that intro is not really an intro. It's the commercial they use on the show. I just use it as an intro. So it's not really an official intro, even though I kind of use it as an intro. And Jeremy didn't care. I mean, he was like, hey, sure, no problem, because it promotes everything. It promotes, it's like promotes our show as well, but it also promotes Grand Forks Best Source, because it says GFBS right on the deal there, right in the intro or right in the commercial. So
I mean, another way to look at it too, Frankie, is you being of the wise old age of 41.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what? When people are doing what you're doing, and it's flattery. I mean, it really is. I used to get upset back in my radio career when I know guys were poking fun at me on their, with their little listenership or whatever, and trying to copy what I do. And I used to really get offended by it until an old dude just sat me down and said, you know what? They don't even exist. The only reason they do that is because they're trying to get the listenership that you guys have. And they're copying you. It's flattering. When I first started radio, I can remember trying to sound like a guy I worked with.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, see, I
just
had
hate
this
to
happen.
see you rip.
Yeah, so here's the thing about this, and now that you bring that up,
I must have missed something, which is why I'm not making much comment.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. I'm kind of getting everybody up to standard. Like maybe this is something I could have just not upset on the show, but I feel like it needs to be addressed because I feel like because this happened to me. That's the only reason why I even care about this because this happened to me. Like I used to do that when I was on another guy's show. And and I thought it was cool for a long time because the guy didn't say nothing at all. And then one day he got told me, sat me by my side after the show or whatever. He said, "Why do you keep inviting other people on your show when we already have this person on my show? It takes away from what we're trying to do and what we're trying to promote and everything." He said he even told me these words. It's like I don't have a problem if after the show that you are interested in having this person on the show if you want me to give you their information, afterwards or whatever, then that's fine. Then do that. But don't ask them to be on your show when they're already on this show, that sort of thing. So I feel like, in a way, flattery or not, I feel like it's just unprofessional. And I would never do that to any, I've learned my mistakes. I would never do that to any of you guys.
Okay. Now look at it this way, though, too, Frankie. And I'm not sticking up for anybody here. I'm just talking of 45 years in the business. But there's times the competition in Grand Forks, who my competitors are pretty big compared to my little studio in the mall. I mean, I have two real big media stations in Grand Forks that each have 4 or 5 radio stations. They're huge. And when I hear them copy a story that I did the day before, I'm thinking, right on. I'm doing something right. And you got to look at it this way, too. As long as you get it first, as long as you get it on your show first, Frankie, it's basically old news. It really is. And if you look at it that way, you'll look at it completely different.
So are you saying that I should just not worry about it? Just don't make an issue about it? Like, just let it be? Or?
No, I'm not saying that, but don't worry as much.
Oh no, and see that's no, I don't. I had a conversation with somebody a while back ago about this, and because they were asking me about about the crew and everything, and I said, well, I got a good crew. I love everybody. Everybody's been great and stuff. It's like, well, what's up with that woman deal? She's always wanting to take your stuff all the time, so I had to explain what about it, and just like, but it started to make sense to me because of my own experience, and I just was like, well, if it keeps happening, I'll address it. If it don't, I'll just leave it alone. And it seems like it keeps happening. So I just, but anyway, I don't want to make a big deal about it. She knows we kind of have a conversation already about it, but I just, in case if you guys saw the Facebook chat after the show was over, I just want to say my name because we don't need controversy here. What's that? Season 4. Oh, there you go. Perfect. There, a great lower third there.
I wonder where my brother's at.
So everything all good and
well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't even going to really address it, but I just figured I just wanted to say my name because we've had controversy before, and I don't want any controversy in the future. She knows.
I was feeling the tension. I was feeling it last week.
Well, it was more at the end because she just, and that's the thing. Another thing too. It's like we need more professionalism, even though we say what we want and everything, but it's just like, I don't know. She's off the rails sometimes, I guess. Anyway, it is what it is. I don't want to just pinpoint it. The point has been made, and I'll take it into consideration. So not a big deal. So anyway, so Lance, what's been new with you? I mean, you missed last week's episode. We were talking about Buddy Holly last week, and then we had Jay Willie from the Jay Willie Band and Bobby T. Torello having some great time trying to get Bobby on the show. That was fun. You missed that. It was exciting. But What you been up
it
to?
has been the humans in my house developed this fungus that you call sickness, and I'm like, and my wife and I are not sickly at all, and so it just, I didn't get over, but it just was like, one of those dealing with a lot of that, a lot of stuff, and so it was like, okay, well, that'd be a good. And I never think guest wise of, oh, that'd be a good one too. Miss. It just happened to be that was the one I needed to kind of go, okay, hold on. So yeah, I'm always sorry when I miss anything.
That sickness that's going around is bad.
I'm under the weather, man.
It sucks.
I'm good.
My wife and I had it. It was a month, and people were telling me, "Oh, I had it for 3 weeks to a month," and I'm like, I'd never been sick for a month. I've had people telling me. I just had somebody today tell me that they were so sick, they almost went to the hospital, that they'd never felt that sick before. I was telling my wife the same thing over Christmas. I'm like, I don't think I've ever felt this sick in my life. And the shit just does not want to go away. And it's still, and they're saying we got another, well, according to mainstream media, another 6 to 8 weeks of this stuff. So your best bet is to get it and get it done with.
Well, our Punxsutawney Phil saw shadowed a little fat bastard. Now we're going to have winter some more. I'm sick right now. I'm sick right now.
After that.
I'm really? Sick right now.
What's the temperature there right now?
Here? Oh, we're warm today. It's 15, 14.
Oh, 14.
We're at 13 below zero with the wind chill right now.
Oh, screw you.
Sunny.
I wouldn't live there if you paid me.
I'm at
13 below. Yeah, we're 37.
With the wind chill.
Yeah.
Above?
Nah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm surprised you ain't got an igloo in your backyard.
They're talking 16 and 18 below zero tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday for a low without a wind chill. So if you have 17 below zero with a 10-mile-an-hour wind, it pushes it to like 40 below.
Oh, screw you.
Well,
I hated it 30 degrees.
That blows worse than a hooker on prom night, I tell you. Jesus Christ.
Well, hey,
that's why I need to get up to Alaska so we can warm up.
Hey, if you guys see me dipping out, I've been in bed all day. I've been kind of sick today, but I'm going to hang in there as much as I can. I'm just soaking. I was at a Super Bowl party last night with everybody coughing and hacking and everything you can imagine. And this one guy walked around and didn't cover his mouth. And he was jamming his hands in all the pretzels. And I said, I ain't eating nothing here. And now I'm sick as a dog.
So you partied too much is what it sounds like.
Next time, BYBOBP.
No alcohol whatsoever.
That's right.
I just
bring your own penis. Bring your own or whatever.
There you are with pretzels. There you are with them wiener. Where's my brother?
Frankie and his wieners.
Yeah. Well, what is the deal?
Hey, Frank, you were talking about
look at that antique man. It's an early guy tonight.
Yeah.
I almost forgot again.
Well, I think.
Where's my brother at, Frankie?
Well, he said he was going to be in Pittsburgh or something going on or something. He had to be. He said he might be on later. That's what he wrote on our Facebook feed. So you got to pay attention to the feed, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's where
I wasn't on the phone all day today.
You and your feed.
Feed me, see more.
I don't look at that stuff sometimes.
I know you don't, and then you get all.
What if you don't? Me either. What if you don't? And you don't get fed? Then what?
I guess you starve.
Here, let me go check it now. Antique man gets pissed at me. He leaves me messages. Look at your messages.
You're
I saw that. I thought that was pretty funny. Well, anyway,
I just messaged your brother. We'll see if he gets a hold of us.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we all welcome to the season 4, episode 6 of Renegade Radio. We got Lance Warlock with us, Mad Dog, Antique Man, and John Roberts. And I'm your host with the most, Frankie
Episode
Slauson.
number 60.
Yeah, 60 in total. You know, I can't believe that. That's almost like an archive right there. You know, that's like because we're on season 4. See, I could have done this the lengthy way, the old school style of you know, this could have been season 2. You know, technically, you know, if I would have just kept it, but I figured no, we're gonna do what all the other people do and shorten everything up. You know, and call it a season or whatever. I don't like that, but it's just the way people. I mean, Red and Lake claim that they've done 27 seasons, but yet they've only been around since 2012. You know, so how do you do 27 seasons and you've only been around for like 14 years or 15 years? That doesn't, shorten it up. I found out the secret. And nowadays, like Netflix and everything, they call a season 10 episodes, 11 episodes. Yeah. What happened to back in the day where Home Improvement would do like 25 episodes a season?
In a season, take hiatus and
and do it some more. You know, I've been watching that.
In
on
my
Netflix,
business, a season is 52 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
so yeah,
okay.
minus the hiatus.
Yeah, well, the big show we do is that racing show, and I actually on Thursday. I had somebody that's racing in Daytona. She was on live from North Carolina, Zoom. And then her dad was in Daytona. He's a race car driver. He was on, and we did the show. But we do every week. It's a season, so we don't have any hiatus. It's just season 1, season 2, but they're all 52 weeks long. And it's amazing, Sean, when you talk about this being our 60th episode. When they came up to me last year, because I don't keep track. I don't watch my stuff. I don't watch this show. I don't watch anything. I hardly even answer frickin' messages. You know, my phone's going crazy all the time. But I had somebody tell me, you know, if you finagle things, you can have episode number 200 when the World of Outlaws are there. And it's like, oh boy. Well, then the next thing you know, they open up the beer gardens for us at the racetrack at 11 o'clock in the morning. And we have all these people in there. But it's crazy, even doing it every week. And now we're going to be, you know, we'll be at 225, 230 episodes by this summer already. Wow. But we've done in almost 5 years, we're in thousands of shows now. And it's just nuts. It's like, I don't know how we could.
Well, that's how I feel about this show. You know, it's like when we first started, when it was just Sam and I didn't know how this was going to go or how long it was going to last. I just took a chance, and I just figured since he said yes, and it was a total agreement, and not really knowing me that well, but we took a chance on each other, and now 60 episodes in, man, we've had some memories, we've made some good moments, and I feel like now we're finally getting noticed. Now we're finally getting to where I wanted to be, you know.
So, well, including your last interview.
Yeah, and see, it's stuff like that. You know, that's, you know, believe it or not, there's been these people that have been watching the show and have gotten a hold of me afterwards, and that's why I've been able to do a lot more of these interviews. And the only reason why I don't invite everybody sometimes is because some of these people request, and I don't know how it is for you, John, but most of the time people have been requested for me to do some solo interviews. You know, and I don't want to like disrespect them and say, well, I have a crew, because I could bring a lot more people here to the show too and do it like that too, which was my original idea. But some people don't want to be interviewed by 10,000 people at the same time.
There's nothing wrong with that. And you know what? It's different if you're retired or if you're still working. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm glad this is for me just a Monday night thing. Because when busy season comes up again here in April and May starting, I barely have Mondays to even give. So yeah, that's fine with me. I signed up for Monday nights, and I think we got a good gig going, and whatever you do or whoever else joins you when you do your other things, more power to you and them. Have fun. It's just I'm having fun doing this on Mondays. So
my thing is, I just don't want you guys to get upset that, you know, if I interview somebody that you might want to be a part of it, and it's not going to work out for you guys. I do. Well, yeah, and I appreciate that. No one's ever been, you know, no one's ever gotten too crazy about it. I think Mama T's the only one that really has. But
I mean, unless
other
you're
than
interviewing
that,
Kevin Bacon
well, you never know now with the people
or
with the
anybody
agents that
from
I
the
have.
cast of Tremors, I'd be pissed.
Oh, well, see, in that case,
send your wish lists.
No, see, in that case, if that does happen, or if I were to interview somebody or anybody that you think would be like worthy, I would have them be on your show. I would do like what we did with Charlie Barons, because I love that. I love the fact that I could share that with you and Paul, and also like simulcast it on the show. Yeah, that was
Speaking
fun.
of that, did you see him on a Super Bowl commercial last night?
Yeah,
Charlie Barons was on a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah,
and I'm like, we're at my neighbor's house, and they go, that dude was on Renegade Radio with us, and they're like, really? It's like, fuck yeah.
And I met him. I got to meet him in Bemidji. I got free tickets for the fucking show that they did because of that.
Yeah.
And that's
He's
where
on
all
a
you
Super
guys
Bowl
should have
commercial.
been. Yeah. Was he with his friend?
$8 million for 30 seconds, and they got Charlie Barons as the guy.
Well, what commercial did you watch? Because was it a law firm or something, or Nate's Law or something? Or do you remember what it was?
I don't remember. Because my favorite ones were the eyebrows floating away and the mustache flying away.
Yeah, I laughed
because they had. Well, they had what's his name from Eugene Levy. My wife and I, 2 years ago for Halloween, we dressed up as Johnny and Moira from Schitt's Creek. And in the 35 years together, my wife and I together, she's never seen me. I had shaved everything, and I had this wig, and my eyebrows were 2 mustaches we bought that I glued to my forehead. And you should have seen it. I'll try to find the pictures, but all of a sudden that commercial pops up, and his eyebrows take off and go flying away. It was like unreal. I mean,
it was funny.
The game was so shitty. The halftime was so shitty. The commercials were worth watching.
It was so funny where the I think a lady screamed when the mustaches or the eyebrows were floating to her. Or whatever. I was like, oh
how
my
can
God.
you say the game was shitty when Kansas City was getting their ass kicked? How can you call that?
Yeah, we might as well talk about it now. Well, let's talk about the Super Bowl. Get it out of the way.
Okay, here's the deal. I hate Kansas City. Probably the worst, but I hate Philly because of their fans. I mean, they were even burning and rioting shit in Philadelphia last night after they won. Imagine if they would have lost.
Really?
It's no fun for a visiting fan who spends their hard-earned money to go to a game where you can't even dare wear your jersey or root for your team because you're not a Philly fan. It's the only place that's got a jail and a judge in their stadium.
Oh,
so I hate them because of their fan base.
I went to a game where you don't have to tell me.
Yep.
I'm from Pennsylvania. Remember that?
Yeah. And Kansas City's Kansas City. Everything's handed to them. They're a good team. They find a way to win the very close games, but they're not that good. You look at Philadelphia; they're beasts. And then they got Shaquan Markley or whatever the hell his name is now. They're unreal, and on paper, they should have destroyed Kansas City, and they did. The only thing, I hate both teams. I'm glad Kansas City's done because I didn't want that dynasty. I didn't want that to be the first team ever. I didn't think they deserved it. New England back in the day did deserve it. They were that good. These guys aren't, but I'm just pissed because none of my numbers hit. We were really close to winning a lot of money.
Yeah, you were talking about that last week. You were excited about that too. You were getting so excited, dude. Maybe that's karma.
I had good numbers.
Karma.
I had 3 and 0.
Yeah.
And none of my numbers hit either. All game long. But I had 0. I had for the NFC, and the NFC was kicking ass. The AFC had 0, so I was getting nowhere there. And or whatever, but anyway. So yeah,
you should just spend
I
money
hated
on
the halftime show.
Eyebrows.
Right.
I taped
the halftime show,
and I've watched it 4 times already.
Okay, Did you like it?
I'm lying.
Yeah,
I couldn't even understand.
And here's the thing.
I respect all kinds of music. I really do. But that was just brutal. It was brutal.
Well,
there wasn't anything in there that you would sing in the shower.
Yeah, and well, with this music, obviously, I don't listen to anything like that. I had just heard of the guy who sang, but I did a little research into it and how this went away, because these guys don't get paid. Right. But you got 80 million people watching, so it's a good deal for them. But they had his arch enemy is Drake, who used to go out with Venus or whatever one.
Yeah, she
of
was
the
dancing
two
on
tennis,
her ex.
Right, and that song was actually a dig on him, but I don't know if any of you guys understood a single fucking word he said in any of the songs.
I didn't even watch it.
Sure didn't.
I didn't watch the halftime, so I don't even
I wouldn't know who he was talking about.
Yep.
I heard it's one of the
But if
worst.
you know
Watch
him
on
and you know his
TikTok, they
music,
break it down for you.
it was all a
okay.
It was all a dig. It was
On
all
TikTok,
a dig,
they break
and
it
it
down
wasn't.
for you.
Yeah.
Well, let's let's have a little fun here on the show here.
All right.
Oh, you want to know mine?
Yeah. Well, what's your? How did you have a Super Bowl party?
I didn't have fun for me.
Because of the girlfriend, the boyfriend, and the team, I didn't even turn it on. I have no idea who played halftime. I could care less.
You missed
one of the first Super Bowls I've not watched. All the pro-vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, I heard this Taylor Swift is a pretty fast dude. I don't know.
She got booed, man. I loved it.
Yeah, I wish. And now I'm hearing that, and I mean, I'm not even gonna watch it, but that's it. That's very interesting. So
well, let's talk about talk about some commercials, and I have a couple that I want to share with you guys. Some old commercials that aren't in use anymore, so hopefully we'll get flagged at all for these, but we'll see. We'll take a chance, but I think they're okay. So let's start with this one here. This will take you back.
You guys remember this commercial from Hardee's? Because I do not. I don't know what I was doing in 2009, but it wasn't watching Hardee's commercials. Damn it, man.
Type of holes people prefer, donut holes or Hardee's new biscuit holes?
B-hole.
Yeah.
B-hole has it over the A-hole for sure.
Why? What do you like about it?
The A-hole seems kind of small.
It's great.
I just don't like the A-holes.
B-holes are tasty and flavorful.
The A-hole is nasty.
B-hole tastes funny. I guess I'm just kind of a B-hole kind of guy.
Introducing biscuit holes with icing. The best kind of holes money can buy. New at Hardee's.
So the commercial did win an award for the funniest commercial of 2009, which, again, I don't remember it, and I don't remember that award ceremony, but if you had to nail me down on it, I'm more of a T person than an A or a B. But if I had to choose between A or B, I'd probably choose A because I've never had the B. What the hell am I talking about? Damn it, man.
Was that really a Super Bowl commercial?
No, but it was a Hardee's commercial from back in the day.
Well, I realized, but okay, that was not aired during a Super Bowl at one point.
I don't know. I just found it not too long ago, so
I thought that's what you said. Okay.
Yeah, didn't know anything about it until a couple days ago. I shared it with some friends. I said, "Try to air this on the show." Like, absolutely.
Anybody remember those? I
don't remember that Hardee's commercial at all.
Working for a
Never ate at Hardee's.
Oh,
yeah, I never ate at Hardee's.
Well, nowadays it's hard to find a good lawyer, in case if you ever want to sue anybody. Well, would you trust this guy at all handling your lawyer stuff?
So luckily I'm not a criminal, because if I was, how I would choose my lawyers would be solely based upon how ridiculous their ads are on TV and the radio. This one ranks right up there, right? Damn it, man.
Home insurance claim? Need a lawyer? Hire a dick. Hire me, Eric Dick. My clients always come first. Call me right now at 833-7-RIGHTS. You have the right to hire an attorney. You have the right to call me for a free consultation at 833-7-RIGHTS. You have the right to have me hound them and pound them to get you the money you deserve. Don't delay. Call me right away at 833-7-RIGHTS. That's 833-7-RIGHTS. Need a lawyer? Hire a dick. Is your home insurance company playing hard to get? Maybe it's time to give them a healthy dose of dick. I'm Eric Dick, and I'll go in deep with your home insurance claim and won't pull out until you are satisfied. Call me right now at 832-LAWYERS. That's 832-LAWYERS. You'll be grinning ear to ear knowing that my clients always come first. Home insurance companies like collecting your premiums and don't enjoy paying claims. That's why you get a home insurance lawyer like me. That's why you call me at 832-LAWYERS, and I'll take them to Pound Town, baby. You know, there's nothing quite like putting my name in your home insurance company's mouth. Call Dick Law Firm at 832-LAWYERS. That's 832-LAWYERS.
I think at this point, the Texas Lawhawk still has my heart, but I gotta say, Dick is growing on me. That's what she said. Maybe I should rephrase that. Damn it, man.
Wonder why his hat said rice.
I'm speechless. Frankie's on a dick thing today.
You know what?
Hey,
he kind of is.
It's Valentine's Day.
There was a
Wieners
substitute teacher in my junior high class, and her name was Mrs. Dick.
Yeah.
You know, that was right about it.
We have a sporting goods store.
Yeah,
here.
I knew a guy. His real name was
Dick Sporting.
Harriet. Yeah, Harriet, but he went by Harry Dick. He was up in the Roseau area, Frankie. And then my principal in junior high school, he was Dr. Jack Hoff.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about me talking about like that already, huh?
Did you guys ever have a Mike Hunt?
Yeah.
No, but around here, Big
Or
Lots
Mike Top.
Hey, around here, Big Lots bought out our dicks. They call it lots of big dicks now.
See, that's funny. That is funny. That's a good one.
I know a guy that had a podcast. He went by Mike Hawk. So Mike Hawk.
Well, so you don't get the wrong idea about me, you know, because, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm just, you know, saying things and doing things that are weird today, but that's no different from any other episode, right?
Well, you're the nuttiest nut.
That's right. See, I even said that on the
Frankie Sausage Show.
Oh, fine. Now, you want to see something more your taste, your pleasure? You ever have a steak you didn't enjoy? Well, here.
If a local business puts out a commercial like this, there's zero chance that I'm not going to go check this out. Plus, I'm a sucker for prime rib. This is First National Beef and Brew in Watertown, New York.
I'm at the Beef and Brew on Court Street. You should come down here. Hold on a second. Bartender, you!
Yes, ma'am.
I thought this prime rib was supposed to be huge.
It's a 1 pound prime rib, ma'am.
Where? Oh my, that is a big one.
The 4-fork, 1 pound, $10.95 prime rib. First National Beef and Brew, Court Street, Watertown. We've got your beef right here.
So the man in this video was the owner of the establishment, First National Beef and Brew in Watertown, New York. Now, the lady sent this to me was his daughter, and sadly, he's no longer with us. He passed away about 9 years ago, but this video will live in our hearts and minds forever and ever, and rightly so. That and the $10.95 price tag for the 1 pound prime rib. Damn it, man.
So there you go.
$95 for a 1 pound prime rib.
That's what I'm thinking. How old is that?
Probably about 90s, probably mid 90s, about early 2000s. When you could get away with commercials like that. Yeah. So there you go. Are you hungry for prime rib now?
I didn't eat yet. I'm starving.
And I got one more for you here. It's not really a commercial. This one's not really a commercial, but this is just kind of I don't know, something to remind you guys of where we live and everything.
We're snowplow drivers. If you put your can a little too close to the road, we might just hit it.
Imagine that, huh?
I've not seen that with as much snow travel as I've done. I've not seen that.
Yeah. Well, there
Wish
you
I
go.
have.
Yeah. I just thought it was kind of a fun video there. Well, it is the week of Valentine's week as well, and or Valentine's Day, or that's coming up on Friday this week, I believe.
Oh,
this Friday.
Yeah.
So
That's this week, isn't it?
yeah. So I got some Valentine's Day fun stuff I'm going to show you guys here. What? Hey, I hate Valentine's Day. It's the worst holiday of the year.
He done.
Well, no, I hate Valentine's Day personally because it always reminds me of it's another year alone, with no one to love, Trust me, I've tried to get out there.
Take advantage of it.
Everybody wants to be my friend, so that's still the synopsis to this day. So, yeah. So I don't want to show you a couple Valentine's Day things, and maybe you guys can relate, because most of you guys are married, or were married, or have relationships, and you ever like this to your spouse at all?
Oh, hey, honey, I just got home from work. You have a house project for me to work on? Awesome. I love working all day and then coming home and working all night as well. Nothing I'd rather do every single night than work on some more work. I love when you tell me how to drive. It makes me feel super safe. Plus, I've been in 0 accidents and you've been in 4 just this year, so you're totally qualified to tell me how to drive. Hi, honey. Yes, so glad you called. I actually was just thinking about how much work I have to get done today, and I could totally use a call from my wife. No, I love giving you a back rub while you cry. I'm actually really glad that you've rejected all 6 of my solutions I proposed. The best option is just to keep crying about it. You're doing a great job with directions. Keep forgetting to tell me where to turn and which exit to take. It's super helpful. Hey, honey, I'm just looking at the bank statements. I love that you are spending $9 on a drink at Starbucks every day. There's no way you could make the same coffee for a fraction of the price here at home. Yes, I would like to hang out with your family instead of my friends. They're way too fun anyways. You constantly gasping and pointing out things while I'm driving makes me feel super uneasy, which I love. You called me to tell me that you went through the drive-thru instead of going into Starbucks today? Wow, what riveting information. Glad that couldn't have waited until tonight. Wow, thanks for cooking dinner again tonight. Yes, it was a little burnt, but I love eating burnt food. There's nothing more I'd rather eat than a burnt piece of lasagna. No, I don't have a secret stash of food in the garage for when you burn dinner, and I'm definitely not about to make up an excuse to go out to the garage so I can indulge in that secret stash of food. Nope. You know what? You're right. We should remodel the kitchen again. We've only done it 3 times since we moved in. I'm getting sick of these brand new countertops as well. I would love to watch The Bachelor instead of Monday Night Football tonight, especially because everyone on that show is super rational and doesn't need any therapy. No. Keep rambling on about your sister. I would love to spend another half hour listening to you talk about the same thing over and over again. Work can wait. You saw Chip and Joanna Gaines do the same project in 3 days? That should be no problem since we both have the same access to tools, help, and resources to get the project done. You want to go to Target tomorrow night? Of course I'll go with you. I don't care about Tuesday night poker with my guy friends that I've been doing every Tuesday for the last 10 years. I'd much rather go to Target than have my freedom. Yep, Yeah, can't believe she said that. Of course I would love to do the dishes instead of watch the football game. Dishes are fun. Yep. Yeah, oh God. Wow, really expensive makeup just went on sale at Ulta for the same price as normal stuff? I'm headed there right now.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of truth there.
Yeah, how many of you guys can relate? Because I can't relate to that, so maybe it's a good thing I'm not with anybody. I don't know if I could deal with that.
He missed one though. The one where I'm always being told what parking spot to take.
Yeah.
We can't even see your face though.
Over here. Over here.
Do you know the reason why the GPS lady I took off and put a guy? Because I never listen to a woman tell me where to go because it always ends up wrong.
So if you had a female like GPS or whatever, like telling you where to go,
change the voice right away.
You'd be swearing at her and everything, and you'd be like, "What?"
Never let a woman tell me where to go because it always ends up in disaster.
Wow, I can imagine that, and you can be on the local news where local man in Pittsburgh, or goes ape shit over talking to us.
I think Ozzy did a voice for one of the early GPS systems or something. I heard you could.
I had
like, download his.
I had Mel Tillis, but I had to keep on rewriting. It was really weird, Make a rewriting.
Well,
Damn it, Mel! Hurry!
The fact that you know who Mel Tillis is surprised me when you didn't know who Buddy Holly was.
I knew who Buddy Holly was. I didn't know it was Buddy Holly Day. I knew who he was.
Yeah.
Well, when is Mel Tillis Day?
Mel Tillis.
Yeah, is there a Mel Tillis Day?
You know why I knew who Mel Tillis was?
Why?
He played in the scene with Terry Bradshaw in the
Cannonball
Run.
Cannonball Run. That's right. That's
yes.
Right.
Yep.
That's right. That's
yeah.
right.
I interviewed.
Oh man.
Sat in the tour bus with him.
Yeah.
Mel Tillis.
And his daughter Pam is coming to see Fibber here in April, and Lori Morgan. They're doing a country show at the Ralph Engelson Arena. That's something I'm looking forward to doing in April, because I don't want to miss that, because I miss enough commercial or concerts as it is. It seems like so. Coming right to see Fibber right in April, so that'll be fun. That'll be a good time. Nothing wrong with some country music.
Wake up!
But yeah, wake up there.
I'm sorry, I've been in bed all day. I got the chills.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. So my plans for Valentine's Day is I'm just gonna be working pretty much. That's I'm sure they got some. I think they got some Valentine's things going on for at the casino. I believe some prime rib you can have with your spouse and everything. But it's like
$10.95.
No, it's like $40 a person. Per person.
You think it'll be a good turnout? Do you guys have good food?
Yeah. No, I mean, for the most part, it's good. I mean, we have a bunch of
Fried buffalo.
We have a bunch of people that are we have a group of Mexicans that work at the casino. Okay, that cook. They hire them to cook, and they always show up. They're always there. They always are happy. I've never, I haven't had a bad meal from them, but a lot of people like to complain about them, though. Like to complain that it's not cooked. Excuse me. Or it's not cooked right, or whatever, or whatever. But it's like, for the most part, they do a pretty good job. I think it's just that they just need to be trained better. Because they didn't give them the proper training in the beginning. They kind of just like automatically assumed that just because of who they were, that they knew how to cook.
See, when you eat, this is all you need.
Yeah, that's right. Like, here's the kitchen, go to work.
Slap your mama.
Yeah, slap your mama.
Make me happy. That's what
that stuff will make you go blind.
Well, they just redid the menu here at the casino for the upstairs restaurant. And I'm glad that they kept one of my favorite dishes that I'm glad that they kept on here.
What, a
called
full-on wiener?
Okay, come on now. I mean,
Holy teasing.
I can get a smaller wiener, downstairs. By the way, anyway. Poutine. Have you ever had poutine before?
Oh yeah.
I haven't, but I want some.
It's a Canadian thing. It's like a Canadian dessert, or not dessert, appetizer. They call it an appetizer, but it fills me up every time I order.
What is it?
It's called poutine. It's fries, pulled pork, gravy, and cheese.
What was the last part?
It sounds good.
Church, like mozzarella cheese, kind of like. Have you ever had a cheese stick before?
Oh no, there you go. I couldn't. Your audio was low.
Oh,
yeah, I'd love to have some of that.
Let me
I love a lot of stuff mixed together like that.
Oh
no! It's actually really, 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 really good. I really enjoyed that.
Stuff like that.
Hey, I'll turn up the audio here. Now you can hear me good now?
Yeah, you just seem to fade out. Maybe there's other audio. I don't know. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of weird.
What's his name? Jean-Claude Van Damme's.
Oh,
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, because I don't have.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know why it keeps adjusting my audio. I should probably try to figure that one out there because it shouldn't be doing that at all. Let me check my sound settings real quick here, just to make sure everything's all good there.
No way.
But anyway, yeah. So that's what we do.
I
there
just found a place for poutine.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Right in your area there.
Close enough.
Okay.
Well, is this true?
Poutine's good.
Oh, very good.
I like a good poutine.
Yeah, we're talking about
too.
Yeah, not the poutine that you're thinking. Oh, looks
not
like
one of them Pittsburgh poutines.
Yeah, you know what that is.
Yeah.
Got Mama T joining us.
Yeah, I'm here, just not able to do live at the moment. Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine. At least you're letting us know anyway. At least.
You'll be here soon.
Yeah. I'll find that though. Yeah. Who else we got here? Got some comments here. Valentine's Day is the most overrated day of the year, the most costly. I love my wife and she loves me, so Valentine's Day is every day. Yeah.
Aww.
How nice is that?
Hey, Danny, what's up? That's my bud. That's a Pittsburgh boy.
Yeah, break up February 13th and make up February 15th and have some makeup sex for the next 3 days. That's great.
That's
Good advice.
boy. That's Danny.
There you go.
So how does that work for a guy who's single or whatever? This hand. No,
yeah, break up with your right hand. Use your left hand because that's strange. What's up, Dan? I ain't seen you in a while.
Yeah, well, it's nice that we can do comments like that. But yeah, I mean, are you guys doing any plans at all for Valentine's Day this weekend at all? I'm sure you guys are all romantics and everything. I'm sure. I know Eric is.
We haven't even talked about it, I guess.
Ah.
What are we doing for Valentine's Day?
I busted.
Yeah, I don't know. I have.
What'd be funny would be like
my business partner is gone all week, so I'm doing extra work. I'm calling my last hockey game of the year tomorrow night, so I'll be basically coming from the studio. I'll run home for a few minutes, and I'll probably be at the rink around 4 for a 7:30 game, and be there. And that's what it takes, 4 or 5 o'clock at the latest. But and then I don't know. We haven't talked about it. The weather. I mean, we might go out have some supper or something, but when it's freaking 20 below out, who wants to go do anything? You know, we could walk over to the neighbors and have just as much fun as we do going downtown. We met some old friends this afternoon. My best friend and Frankie, you met him. He has a hunting cabin with me up there. He's going through some medical issues and he's in Grand Forks for treatment. And we happened to run into a guy we grew up with that we hadn't seen in 30 plus years, who all of a sudden he's back in town. And so we all met for lunch today after my buddy's treatment in Grand Forks. So we went to the Drum. So we sat there all afternoon, way too long. But yeah. So, but anyway.
You went there for lunch.
We went there for lunch. Well, we were there for lunch for like 4 hours.
See, that's why you don't forget Valentine's Day, because I have a funny feeling that your wife will remember on the day, and you'll be like, "Honey, you forgot about Valentine's Day, and I haven't served you, and now you forget about Valentine's Day." They'll start a big fight and everything, and that's what we'll hear about. And we'll hear from Neil Carlson report about your life, your personal life, getting in shambles and everything, right?
Nah, Neil blocked me, so he doesn't.
But he'll still find out somehow. He's like a little hawk or whatever, like a little. He's like the guy that used to sell you alphabets from Sesame Street. Hey, you want to buy a W?
Even if we don't do anything for Valentine's Day, I pretty much every time come home with at least some roses or something. I mean, I don't forget those things.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I come home with a heart on. I mean, a heart on full of candy.
Yeah. I've been talking my wife into coming on my show at the end of the month.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Shocking.
You were talking about that.
Shocking.
An episode of our Renegade Radio with the significant others.
Oh God. Do your wives even know what you signed
Lori's
up for?
downstairs. She just yelled up, "Not going to happen."
Right. Imagine that. And then I'd be the host of it. I'd be hosting.
Yeah.
And then I get the dark truths from everybody from your.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can wear a tuxedo, Frank. You'd be like the dating game.
There you go.
Ask personal questions that only they know the answers to and everything. Really get to know my cast. Really get to know my crew.
It's funny because the episode where my wife is going to be on my show, there's two other guests too. So it's me, my co-host, and these three ladies, and the one of them said, "I want to interview you guys." I almost thought, "Ooh boy, that could be dangerous. I better not."
Oh, you mean like as a couple? You and her as a couple? Like, oh yeah, that.
Well,
that's what we were doing with Bill Tracy.
Yeah, instead of me asking all the questions, and she was going to interview us, and we know them pretty well, so it's going to be fun. It'll be a Racing Wives episode. There'll be two wives of race car drivers, and then Lori is a racing wife because of the tracks I work at and stuff. Everybody knows her because she's always with me. She's basically, I mean, we're like a team, at the racetrack. If I got stuff to run down and do, even a piss break is a long ordeal when you're way up in the press box and you got to go all the way down. She'll take care of my music, do whatever. And so everybody around the track, most of the time, if I'm in the pits, she's with me. So everybody knows her. So it was just a matter of time before we got her on the show. I can't wait. And it's on my 60th birthday.
And then to really roast you, she'll be like, "Well, my husband had to go take a pee-pee and go, so I'm taking over now."
I can't believe they don't give you at least a 5-gallon bucket up in that press box. I mean, something.
Well, the problem is I could do that, but there's women up in the press box too, and that's the problem.
They just be whipping it out right
Hey, I'm a fisherman. I know we're out in the middle and we're out fishing. I don't care what, because we take women for the outdoors and we do these, nonprofit events and stuff. And my wife loves to fish. If you got to piss, you piss off the side of the boat. If you're a woman, figure it out. But it doesn't work that way. If you whipped it out and pissed in a 5-gallon bucket in the press box, I think I'd be okay, but I don't want to take that chance.
Could be good press.
I mean, my wife would be sitting right next to me. The odds are the whole time because she'll sit up in the press box with me the whole time. But no, and I've told them that. I've talked with the ownership, and they're like, "Well, just piss in a bucket." And I'm like, "Come on, man, really?" Because what I would do is I'd put a funnel with a PVC pipe going all the way down and into the ground, like they used to do in the old press boxes when I'd go to these little towns in northwest Minnesota for a Friday night football game. There'd be a funnel up in the crow's nest in the press box, and you would just pee right in the funnel, and the PVC pipe ran down and buried into the ground. And yeah,
wow, that's slick.
But then you go like to the Ralph Engelstad Arena, or you go to these big arenas and call these hockey tournaments. I do. Their bathrooms are like marble floors, and they're right there, and they're just beautiful. And so I've pretty much done it all when it comes to play-by-play. I called a basketball game one time remember in the gymnasiums back in the day, there was always that little janitor closet where he might have had a table and some supplies in there, right? a payphone right there. I called a game from his office looking out at the gym floor. I called a basketball game up in Oakley one time like that. Crazy compared to now, everything's Ethernet. You know?
Yeah. Pretty much. Well, before we take our little bathroom break here to start the second half of the show,
I got this bucket talk. Sorry.
Yeah. Perfect timing. Since it is a week of Valentine's week and whatnot, or Valentine's Day, just a little note to all you guys who have siblings, or not siblings, but significant others, we'll say, not siblings. Or, I mean, you can say this to your sibling too, I guess. But this is what you.
I had Valentine's dinner with my brother and his girlfriend once.
Oh. Well, these are songs that you shouldn't sing to your significant other. Okay, just so you know.
Hey honey, have you gained some weight in your rear end? The dress you wear reminds me of my old girlfriend. And where'd you get those shoes? I think they're pretty lame. Would you stop talking, cause I'm trying to watch the game? If you're a man who wants to live a long and happy life, these are the things you don't say to your wife. I planned a hunting trip next week on your birthday. I didn't ask you, but I knew it'd be okay. Go make some dinner while I watch this fishing show. I taped it over our old wedding video. If you're a man who've done that, a long and happy life, these are the things you don't say to your wife. Solo, okay. Your cooking is okay, but not like Mother makes. The diamond in the ring I bought you is a fake. Your eyes look puffy, dear. Are you feeling ill? Happy anniversary, I bought you a treadmill. You're a man who wants to live a long and happy life, that too. These are the things you don't say to your wife. You're a man who doesn't want to get killed with a knife. These are the things you don't say to your wife.
Just some helpful tips for you.
Oh, wow.
I'd stab somebody.
Bravo.
I'd be feeling stabby.
Of course you would. I would trust you with a knife.
I just know better.
Mama Dave.
Yeah, what's going on there? We're going to take a little, what the hell? We're going to take a little pee break here, and we'll be right back with the second half of the episode. And our guest, David BOWE, should be joining us here in about a half an hour. So keep it locked here, Renegade Radio, right here on Facebook here.
It was nice seeing you, Mama.
Oh, she'll be back.
We'll be back.
We just happened to just take a quick break here.
Okay. All right. It's the Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show, Saturday and Sunday, May 3rd and 4th at the Alara Center in Grand Forks, and they're looking for sponsors and vendors. This is a great opportunity to get your business noticed by thousands of people for this 2 long days of this awesome event. If you'd like to get your business noticed, or if you'd like a booth, contact Sarah, 763-568-1946, or Dennis at 701-741-5205. There'll be a raffle with over $90,000 worth of prizes, including a Polaris 1000 North Star Ultimate Crew Cab Ranger, a Harley-Davidson Street Glide, and Polaris Sportsman 570, with the net proceeds benefiting the Veterans Honor Flight of North Dakota, Minnesota. And veterans are absolutely free. Find out more by going to rrvmnd.org. Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show, Saturday and Sunday, May 3rd and 4th at the Alara Center in Grand Forks.
There it spins on a holder so sure,
and a star where sweet relief can't ignore. Oh, this road be my savior once more. It's the charm, the cheer of the weary. Dear old, don't you roll away. Many times you've been spinning round my bathroom door. In the corner of the room where we keep the stock, had a pile up to the door. Now there's just this rock, oh, this road. In its grace it stands so bold. You're my white round knight when the times get cold. Dear oh, I pray you'll hold for many moons. You've ruled this homely throne. When the shells, they're all bare and the world's in a swirl. You're my last, my trusty twirl in the quiet. When it's just you and I, we abide side by side and we comply. Oh, my roll in your embrace, I'm consoled. And when that latch clicks softly inside my humble abode, it's you I seek when life's events unfold.
In this refuge you stand alone so prized.
We've unfurled moments, in you I confide. Dear old, through tough times we scroll.
Are you still putting off that project around the house that's been bugging you forever? Do you think you can wait until spring and call a contractor and have the work done ASAP? Well, good luck with that. Executive Properties has openings right now to get that project done. In fact, you can check out their Google reviews. Diane says Executive Properties did a roof project and remodeled a bathroom in our house. We were happy with their quality of work, and the projects were completed in a timely manner. We will use Executive Properties for our next home project. Get that project done sooner than later. Call Executive Properties, 701-330-1273.
You don't get this stuff from Howard Stern Show. You don't get this stuff from anything but Renegade Radio.
You gonna come and eat down there at Dirty Dick's Crab House? I heard your old lady likes it.
Probably not.
Yes, you are. Just make sure you gawk at the goals and just kind of stop at the whoa.
Well, what they got to eat?
Well, you can get the old low fart spread for $5.99, or you can get the 0 cents. Sounds pretty good. What they got to drink? Bottled water and suspense is killing me. Now, if there's an emergency, we probably won't make it because we ain't never going to be able to find it. But make sure you pick up some pest control on your way. Matthew, who's going to be there? The light is love. Who is that? The light is love. Baby, don't hurt me. That was horrible. But you can't swim in the grass. Come on. I've always wanted to do the backstroke in some St. Augustine. Nope. And you can't exceed 20 children either. I've got 2. That's enough. No, yeah, well, that ain't Peter's church. Well, then what is it? That's a free tour at the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. I don't think I want to go in there. Oh, yes, you do, because they got a Ninja Turtle party and it's BYAP. Bring your own pizza. Thank you for coming to visiting us.
Squeeze all the cream down to the tip. Okay, you want a nice creamy tip. The key here is you have to shove your creamy tip into the hole as deep as you can go. And then you squeeze. And by doing so, also you put a Dairy Queen thing on the end. But by doing so, the cream pokes out the back side. That way you don't have no, like, middle gap without the cream. You want the cream to poke out of the back side when you shove the tip in there. So that way the cannoli is properly filled all the way through the backside.
Cookie by Kinsey Mazing. I have a delicious cookie. It's so tasty and sweet. But who will eat my cookie? Who will get my treat? Johnny, will you eat my cookie? I'm begging you, please. Sorry, Susie, but I can't. Would you quit asking me? Jeez. But, he's got his fingers ready to go to get started. Come on, Johnny. Susie continues walking, looking for someone new. And soon enough, she spots him. Look, it's Mr. Pugh. Mr. Pugh, do you like cookies? Mine's the best you'll have in your life. Thanks, Susie. It does look good, but I only eat my wife's. Poor Susie is so sad. What's wrong with her cookie? Surely someone wants to eat it. It's not like she's a rookie. Susie spots Sarah Johnson, the high school gym teacher. Surely she'll eat my cookie. She stops her by the bleachers. Sarah, look at my cookie. Isn't it so pretty? Do you want to eat it? I promise you'll feel giddy. Sorry, Susie, but no can do. Sweets aren't my thing. If you've got a roast beef sandwich, then you can give me a ring. Oh, look, it's Neil. He's the nicest guy. Surely he'll eat my cookie. It's definitely worth a try. Hi, Neil. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Do you want to eat my cookie? It really is just swell. Hi, Susie. Thanks for asking. Your cookie looks so sweet. I'm sorry to tell you this, though, but all I eat is meat. Then Susie sees Mr. Jim. She greets him and says hi. Mr. Jim, will you eat my cookie? You're such a nice guy. No thanks, Susie, and I'm sure your cookie's lit, but I'm not a fan of vanilla.
I'll eat chocolate. Well, what's going on? And welcome back to the second half of Renegade Radio right here on Facebook here with my panel. Season 4, episode number 6 here. Our 60th anniversary. Our 60th episode of the show in total. Yeah. What's it? You got audio going on there where you're at there, Mama T? Because I hear extra audio coming from your area.
Yeah, well, I'm in the garage.
That's why it's different. That's why your feed is really clear and everything. No lag or anything. Huh? It's perfect.
Yes, that is why.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you guys?
Let me check the volume mixer and the sound settings to make sure that I got the spatial audio.
Okay. Perfect. Well, anyway, so did you guys enjoy the story and everything and the tip about you gotta fill your cannoli and whatever. Make sure you have fully.
Hey, they know. That's all I'm saying. They know.
Get it from a professional, I say.
Yep. From poutine to cannoli. Where are we going? I'm hungry.
Hey, it's not my fault they got weird names for food.
I know. I
mean, they call little oranges cuties for crying out loud. You ever heard of them before?
Yeah, little cuties.
Yeah, it's like they're oranges for crying out loud. Cuties. What are you gonna call a cucumber? I don't even want to know. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Well, welcome back to Renegade Radio. And yeah, I mean, we're just we're getting excited because you know, you can feel the excitement in the air. We got David BOWE coming on, and I'm excited about this one because you know David BOWE is you know, while you might not know a lot of his work, you probably know him from U.H.F. with Weird Al, which I'm sure most of us have seen before. Have you guys seen that film before?
It's been a while.
Long time ago. Yeah, it's been a while.
So, what do you remember from that movie? Since it's been a while, or do you remember anything at all?
If I started watching it, if I actually started watching it right now, I would probably remember it. But
sure.
He doesn't look anything like he did in the movie. I remember.
Does he look like it? Yeah. Well, if you saw our picture or the pictures that I uploaded of him, there's a lot of stuff you can find online or whatnot. But he just had a birthday just not too long ago. I think it's either his 60th or 61st or 62nd, or 60s anyway. So, yeah, it was about his birthday when I asked him if we could have him on the show, and that was almost about a month ago, roughly about. I can definitely say we got some big guests coming. Well, for the month of February is pretty much stuck or pretty much filled, I would say, at least with good interviews. We got tomorrow night, I'll be interviewing Ron Wasserman. And who is Ron Wasserman? Well, he was responsible for most of our childhood as far as doing the theme song to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the original. He was the guy that sang it, wrote it, did everything, did the whole. It's all him.
Go Power Rangers!
Yeah, that was him. He did the whole soundtrack.
Among many. I mean,
yes.
Wow,
But
many.
he also did the X-Men theme, one of the themes anyway for the X-Men. So, yeah, it'll be an honor to have him on the show here tomorrow night for an exclusive interview. So it won't be on the show, but it'll be an exclusive anyway. It'll be a one-on-one. Next week, we'll be joined by comic artist Greg Bo Watson. And Greg Bo is from South Carolina, and he does a lot of his style of drawing animation is more around well it's not nude stuff. It's more just like almost nude stuff, but they got clothes on. It's models. It's women. It's pretty much he does a lot of chicks. Nude, but not really. Yeah, nude, but not really nude. Dude. I mean, they give you an illusion that it could go a lot further than he goes. But he's worked for HBO. He's worked for Disney. He's done a lot of things in his life, and he's out of South Carolina, and we'll have him on next week. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to be getting the legendary actor Eric Edwards. He'll be on the show. Now, do you guys know Eric Edwards at all? Does that name sound familiar to you guys? A little bit? Not at all? Eric Edwards? Well, he was in all the Prom Child films. He was a big guy. He was like the bully, to Junior. I think either part 1 or part 2, I believe. I forget, but he was also in Sergeant Bilko with Steve Martin. He was in that one. See, he looked heavier. He was a heavier guy, but he lost a lot of weight, so he doesn't look like how he looked back in the day. The guy's probably at least 50s or whatever right now. But he the one you might know for sure is National Lampoon's Senior Trip. You remember that one at all? Because I think in one of them, he's peeing off the back of the bus or something. I mean, it was just his movie for sure. I mean, he definitely made that. He made a legend out of himself. And I don't know what he's been acting in lately, but I just know that he's been a parent and he has a son, and he's married and he lives out in California. So he'll be joining us here in a couple weeks on the show. And then let's see. Then March 3rd will be special because we have the original drummer for the Greg Kidd Band, Mr. Larry Lynch. Do you know Larry Lynch there, Lance, at all? Does that name sound familiar?
Well, I know of him,
Okay.
Because I've looked at all that stuff in the past, you know. So yeah, I know of him for sure.
Oh, who's this? That must be your. Is that Richard there? Or there. Okay, in the flesh here. Hey, how you doing there, Richard? Welcome. You're like your
Not bad.
Renegade
How you
Radio
doing?
debut. I'm doing all right. Doing all right. I'm sorry to hear about your wife and everything. You know,
Well,
sorry
thank
that
you.
you're going through all that stuff. Tanya was telling us about that, or told me
Thank
about
you.
it. Yeah. How you holding up?
Well, it's called one day at a time.
Okay. Well, yeah. Just don't give up on living, man. You know, live as long as you can. Don't think that just because she's gone that you have to join her right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because some people do that. Some people get that heartbreak. You know that they
I got
lose
my
somebody.
I got my kid wanted to say hi to you.
Oh, okay.
He's on his way.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, how's it going, man?
Not bad. It's got to go one day at a time, John.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, it's like long lost friends here. And who's
I
this
haven't
guy
seen him
over
in a
here?
while. I run into your brother once in a while, but I haven't seen you in a while.
I don't get up much. I don't get much, John.
I don't either. Not like I used to.
I gotta give
Oh,
this
I
gal
hear
here.
you, man.
I gotta give this gal here a lot of credit. She's been on my side and on my kid's side through our tragedy. So
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, she knows. She's experienced on that at least. Well, I mean, what we just experienced last year with Bob and everything, and then everybody else. So this is like an uncommon theme. It's sad. It shouldn't be that way, but yeah. What happened anyway? Like how did she like? What was she? What was it that killed her?
she had medical issues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For quite a while there, I suppose, maybe. Or
No, not really. It was a short lived.
okay.
We Tanya and I took her into the hospital in Boston, and she on Monday and they airlifted her on Tuesday morning, and she didn't make it until Thursday.
Okay.
So it was short lived.
Okay.
But like I said, I gotta give Mama T a lot of help. She helped Justin and I quite a bit.
Sure. Well, that's good. That's good that
she's
nice of her to do that.
she's making sure we didn't starve.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought you were helping her, making sure she wouldn't starve. That's what
this whole family took me in like I was part of their own and took care of me ever since Bobby died. And there's no place on earth I'd rather be than right here.
So then that's like your brother now, huh?
Very much.
Well, no, I'm not talking. No, I'm not talking to you, Rick. I'm talking to you, Justin.
That would be no. I wouldn't call him my brother. That would be really weird.
Well, I'll call a spade. You know. Anyway.
Okay, I'll let you guys get back to your show.
Yeah, well, good to see you, Rick. Thanks for watching.
It was nice seeing you guys, and
Yeah.
thank you, John.
Take care,
Hopefully
man.
one day. Hopefully one day.
For you.
Huh?
I'll be back around in November.
Well, try to make up for it so I can have a beer with you.
Yeah, he just lives in Grand Forks.
I'll get over.
Anyway,
we'll
so we're gonna be getting to our guests here pretty soon, Mr. David Bowe, not to be confused with David Bowie. No, we won't be interviewing David Bowie. Well, one, because he's not around no more. For those of you who were wondering, we'd probably have a lot bigger viewing party if the actual David Bowie was here.
And are you going to tell everybody about your latest interview?
Well, the last one I did was with Robert Berry. You know, that was he worked with Greg Kidd.
No, the other.
Oh, you're talking the one with John Morse.
Yeah.
The guy who played Andy in Toy Story. Well, yeah, I think they kind of already know. I mean, these guys already know about it because I also shared the interview with them on the Facebook group.
What about the other one, the O'Leary?
Oh, Michael O'Leary. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't say nothing about that. yeah, I interviewed him too. That's why I did 6 interviews last week. So, with what we did on the show, and then the separate ones that I did. Yeah, Michael O'Leary. He was in the Halloween series. The latest ones anyway.
Okay.
So that was a good interview. I mean, I just didn't know a whole lot about the guy. Jacob asked if I wanted to interview him too, so I did some looking up. He's from St. Paul originally, so he's kind of a Minnesota guy. He lives over in the Carolinas. I thought he lived in California, but he lived in Carolina. So,
yeah. He's a smart one.
Well, all these, what's funny is like all these people that I've chatted with lately, had some type of connection with the fire or knew somebody that, had to deal with it and everything. I mean, did you know any? I mean, obviously with people that or friends with, did anybody have go through that you knew? Lance?
Nope, thankfully.
So you have no family or friends? Not even, well, where's your brother live?
Not that we're affected at all.
Yeah, but I mean, like, doesn't your brother live in California?
No, he was smart and got out.
Oh, okay.
Several years ago.
Oh. See, I just assumed that maybe that's
I know somebody retired. I know somebody that got evacuated, and they have a bunch of cars, and they couldn't move any of them out. They got evacuated, but their stuff didn't burn, but they still got evacuated, so they got lucky.
Yeah, sure. Oh, that's interesting.
So, Sean, why aren't you posting the viewer comments like you usually do? There's one from your mom.
Okay.
Okay, let's see it.
Mommy loves you, Frankie Spanky.
Frankie Spanky.
I think that
Frankie Spanky.
Well, I don't think mom writes like that because first of all, she doesn't know how to spell most of the time correctly. She's like the grocery listing that we did last week or whatever. She misspells a lot of words. So I think that's my brother pulling a prank on me.
Oh, yep.
I could definitely.
Okay, Spanky.
Yeah, you better put
Yeah. Arthur, if you really want to come on, you should come on and join us. I told you you could join our crew. We got a great crew here. They love you. They'd love to see you. I'll even send you the link just for the hell of it. Can't believe you would write that.
There you are, Antique Man. Where you been?
Bathroom break takes longer than it used to.
I can't remember how to make it big.
That's funny.
You ever heard of Frankie's? It's cold out.
Yeah, well, that's what it's like over here too. So, Mama T, I mean, how's it been going for you then? Everything been going all right though? I mean, as good as it could be.
I've been staying busy. So, Sundays on my show, Sunday's show I was supposed to have a pre-recorded interview with somebody, but it was Chris Catco and his bandmate, and his bandmate is Dwa's nephew, and we just all couldn't coordinate to be on and do a pre-record at the same time. So we just ran a rerun, and then we're going to do 2-3 week season break. And other than that, I've just been spending time with the boys and washing dishes and making food and trying to get them to eat. And
yeah, oh, there you go.
My stepdad passed away like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and his mom, we just buried her. Well, I wasn't there, but on Tuesday she got buried. So there's been a lot of loss lately.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Hanging in there.
Well, that's good. At least you're not drinking at all. That's good to know. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna let.
Well, you got the boys laughing. Thank you. Both of them were like.
All right. Well, we're gonna let our guests come into the room here. I think it's guest time now for the show. What's going on, David? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to have you on the show because ever since I sent you the invite, I've been looking forward to this for a little while because you're definitely somebody I wanted to interview for a very long time. We'll just say.
You must have a lot of free time on your hands then.
Oh, I do. Both hands, yes, both hands. Well, welcome to Renegade Radio. We got a good cast and crew here of ladies, lady and gentlemen. It's mostly a soft over here, but
he uses the term "lady" loosely.
Well, I didn't know you were in that going through that, but we'll talk about that another time. Anyway,
I'm female.
Anyway, we got Lance Warlock, we got Mad Dog, we got Mama T, Antique Man, and John Roberts, and there's a couple others that aren't here tonight, but they're all excited to chat with you because we all loved U.H.F. Growing up, but you've done a lot of other things too other than that movie, and we want to.
U.H.F. is the one thing that I did very early in my career, but it's the one thing I always get recognized for, and people say if they've seen it, it's one of their favorite movies. It has that kind of cult following, and of course Weird Al is so amazing, and everybody loves him. And but the people that had this movie, it was their diehard favorite movie of all time. A lot of fans out there.
Oh, what do you think it was about it? Do you have any idea? I mean, just out of curiosity, because it is one of those that is sitting out there that people know about, that's culty.
Yeah, no, I think part of it, a lot of it has to do with casting, is that the people that were in it were it was like a perfect, confluence of personalities and characters. I mean, you had David Provo from Mean Streets as the bad guy, one of the bad guys. And of course, Michael Richards, coming into his own as Stanley Spadowski, and everyone, Victoria Jackson, and of course, Fran Drescher was amazing. And everybody was really, really good in it. What an interesting bit of trivia for you, if you don't already know this. It was executive produced by Gray Fredrickson. Gray Fredrickson, his previous movies to U.H.F., starring Weird Al and David Bowie, were The Godfather, Godfather 2, Apocalypse Now, The Outsiders, and Rumblefish. So, and a couple more too, but it's like he went from being, winning Oscars to working with Weird Al. But he's from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Francis filmed Rumblefish and Outsiders in Tulsa, same place that we filmed U.H.F.
Wow, that had me feel like it's quite of an honor, though, to have that body of work, and then all of a sudden you get to work with somebody like that,
And he wasn't alone. There was another producer involved, Gene Kirkwood, and Gene Kirkwood had just come off of The Pope of Greenwich Village, which is very artsy, a wonderful film actually. But then to go on to do U.H.F. is very, those two teamed up to create the monster that was, U.H.F.
So what have you been up to in your current life after all these years?
I just walk around aimlessly in a tie-dye T-shirt and talk about U.H.F. That's all I do. No, I've been very fortunate in this last, 5 years. I've been working a lot. I've had 3 recurring roles on television. I did Shameless. I did a show called Pen 15. And then a year ago, we got canceled, but I was on Winning Time it was the HBO show about the Lakers, or the Max show, called Winning Time, about Magic Johnson's rookie year. And then we did a second season. I played one of the reporters, so I was in a bunch of episodes. Got to interview those. That was a lot of fun because I'm a huge Laker fan. So, but that's the last. And then I did a guest star on a show called For All Mankind, which is on Apple. Recently did a couple other guest stars, so it's been nice to continue to work, because I am 29. No, I just turned 61, so it's great to still be working. Yeah.
I'll be 64 next week.
And is there still work behind the camera with all the voice stuff as well, or you tend to?
You know what? I don't have anything running right now, but I made my living primarily through voiceover work, and not animation per se, but just television and radio campaigns. I was the voice of IHOP for almost 7 years. That was one of the biggest jobs I'd ever had. And that's one of those jobs that you can go dressed in your tie-dye T-shirt and go sit in the booth and talk about, brioche French toast is back at IHOP, that kind of thing. So.
Do you remember the Hardee's commercial at all about the biscuits and all the biscuit holes?
Wait, the Hardee's commercial? Which one?
Here.
Hold on.
I normally don't do this with interviews, but I'll do it for you, Dave, because you got to see this one.
You guys remember this commercial from Hardee's? Because I do not. I don't know what I was doing in 2009, but it wasn't watching Hardee's commercials. Damn it, man.
Type of holes people prefer, donut holes or Hardee's new biscuit holes?
B-hole.
Yeah.
The B-hole has it over the A-hole for sure.
Why? What do you like about it?
The A-hole seems kind of small.
It's great.
I just don't like the A-holes. B-holes are tasty and flavorful.
The A-hole is nasty.
B-hole tastes funny. I guess I'm just kind of a B-hole kind of guy.
Introducing biscuit holes with icing, the best kind of hole.
It's hysterical. I have seen that, to be honest with you. And I actually, personally, I used to do a bunch of radio spots for Carl's Jr. / Hardee's. Not that spot is hysterical. The A-hole tastes a little funny. I don't know.
I can imagine you do the voiceover for that.
Depends on how clean it is. I want to know, Dave. I need to know. So William H. Macy always seems just so weird and quirky to me. What was it like working with him?
Well, I don't know if you think this is quirky, but we're in Chicago shooting exteriors. We shot the interiors in Los Angeles. Exteriors, if you had anything in Chicago, you had to go to Chicago and shoot it. And we went into this tent that had a space heater. And I'd worked with him in LA, but it was the first time I was seeing him in Chicago. And I walk in and he's playing a ukulele and he's sitting there playing music and says, "Hey, what do you think of this song?" And starts playing like different songs on this ukulele. And he was wonderful. I mean, I had a blast working with him. That whole cast was amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
What was your favorite movie? It really didn't go any further than that in terms of, I'm sure he was very, very charming and funny. I can't remember what he said, but there's William H. Macy with the ukulele, in the tent.
Maybe like
very
working
cool.
with Steve Martin.
Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. John Roberts, what do you have? You had a question?
I don't know if U.H.F. was your favorite movie or what, but do you have a favorite movie that you worked on?
Well, U.H.F. is definitely one of my favorite movies that I've worked on. It's up there with A Few Good Men that I appeared in. I had A Few Good Seconds and A Few Good Men. And I also was in a movie called The Rock with Nicolas Cage and of course Sean Connery, and that was a blast. But I'll tell you, hey, let me talk about me a little bit more. No, I did when I was early in my career, when I was in my 20s, I did 4 graduate films. These are student films, student directors. They're nobody yet, kind of a thing. They were like kind of, the 480s at USC were like graduate films. They were, a big deal, but still they're students. Those students were Michael Bay, J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, Sean Levy, and John Turteltaub. Those 5 people, their box office is over $15 billion combined. And I did all their student films.
Wow.
So it's just a little, I like to, toot my own horn that I'm the good luck charm for these guys.
Did you ever get any work with them? Did you ever get to work with them or see them?
Yeah, all of them. I actually went to elementary school with JJ. I've known JJ my whole life. But I met Matt Reeves through JJ, and they put me on Felicity. And I tested to be on Alias, I believe was JJ's show, and that unfortunately didn't go my way. But Michael Bay put me in The Rock. He put me in Transformers 2. I've known Michael since he was a student. John Turteltaub put me in a few of his movies. John's done some amazing work. I don't know if you guys are familiar with John Turteltaub, but John did the the National Treasure movies. He did While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock. He did the Cool Runnings movie about the bobsled team. Great filmmaker.
Jamaica.
What's that?
From
The Jamaican bobsled team. And who else did you? Oh, and Sean Levy. He and I worked together on a movie called Made in America, which was Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg. Sure. And he played a director in the movie. He was the one who directed the commercials, and I was the advertising exec that was helping out Ted Danson. And I was just doing a Woody Allen impression, and they loved it. They were like, "That's great." It was like, "Excuse me, but I don't mean to be facetious nor didactic, but we got to do the elephant thing, you know." So,
wow. No, that's pretty cool. We got DJ Ken here. He just joining us. Ken here is the nephew to Wolfman Jack.
Oh, no way! Awesome.
Yes.
So, and you sound like him too. There you go.
Well, a little bit. I don't have the notes on my vocal cords, so I don't have that going on. But yeah, it's funny. People are like, "Wow, can you do an impression of him?" I'm like, "No."
Gosh, I couldn't even.
I'm not him. But he was instrumental in me choosing this as a career.
Neil Diamond.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say American Graffiti. He was throughout the whole movie. Was that the one?
Yes, that was actually the very first time most of the world saw that he was white.
Right. Yeah.
Before that, everyone thought he was black.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That is crazy. So Dave, let's kind of go to your beginnings. Tell us a little bit what life was like growing up, and how'd you get into the acting bug?
Well, I grew up in a small town. Sorry, I grew up in a small town off the West Coast called Santa Monica, California. My mom said that as soon as I could talk, I pointed at the television and said, "I want to be in there. That's what I want to do." So I'm very fortunate. My entire life, I knew I didn't want to be an actor. I was an actor. There was going to be no choice in the matter. That's who I was. That's what I was going to do. Whereas most of my friends, I'm in my 60s, and some of my friends still don't know what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like most people, they go to college and then you do this, that, and the other. I was an actor, so I was in school plays. I was the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz, as I'm sure most of you have seen. I'm teasing, but I got my SAG card early because I lived in LA. I did a commercial for AMC wagon, and then I did two guest stars. I did Alice, the sitcom Alice, which is before your time, maybe, I don't know.
No, I love that one.
Yeah, I played Tommy's friend on the basketball team, and Dave Madden, Reuben Kincaid from the Partridge Family, played our coach, and so that was my first SAG show that I ever did, TV show. Then I did a guest star on a little show called Highway to Heaven, and I got to meet and work with Michael Landon, which was a dream. So, those two jobs, my first early jobs, were like a blessing because you got to work with legends, the entire cast of Alice, and they're almost all of them have passed, unfortunately. I can't think of her name, but Kiss My Grits. Her saying "Kiss Flo." Yeah. She's still with us. Everybody else has passed.
Yeah. Holly Holiday.
Yeah, it's very sad. But then from there, my first movie after that, as an adult, was called Back to the Beach with Frankie Internet. It was the '80s version of the '60s beach movies. So you had old school, kitschy, people from television, and then you had recent pop culture people. Fishbone, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Pee Wee Herman, came to play as well. So that was my first movie experience, and I got to meet, Bob Denver and the skipper, Don Adams. I got to work with Connie Stevens and just so many great Barbara Billingsley, Jerry Mathers, and Tony Dow were in it from Leave It to Beaver.
And you got to work with the kid that was the $2 kid from Better Off Dead or whatever.
Oh, was he in Better Off Dead? Yeah, great, crazy voice, that kid. Yeah.
Yeah. I forget the name of the kid, but everybody would know that reference anyway.
Right on.
$2 or whatever.
So that was my first movie, and then I did U.H.F. not too long after that. I went to Thailand and did a movie called Air America with Mel Gibson and Robert Downey Jr. I've been so blessed to do what I've always wanted to do, travel the world, worked with the best people in the business. Probably my best experience as an actor, or the moment at which I realized, I guess I made it. Was the table reading for A Few Good Men. I was invited to that by Rob Reiner, and everybody was there. The main table was Rob. You had one side Jack Nicholson, on the other side was Tom Cruise, and everybody else in the world was in this movie. It was Kevin Bacon and what's his face from Spinal Tap, the director who directed Spinal Tap and Waiting for Guffman, Christopher Guest. Christopher Guest is in it.
Yeah, Christopher Guest. Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland. I mean, so many people. Billy Crystal came just to watch the table reading. And it was such an electric moment when it got to like the end scene where they're going at each other. They were both off book, and you could feel like you got goosebumps. It was so exciting to be at that table reading, And then of course was in the movie, and it was a great experience.
Did you get to know your Uncle Robert Stack, or did he help you some? Or
that's a great question, because I knew Uncle Bob very well. I would see him, in the holidays, and I would love to go into his den and look at his Emmy Award, and his he made the cover of TV Guide, I think 4 or 5 times, and we would shoot the shit. Can I say that? About the biz.
The word we do not use.
Well, he said to me, David, my boy, when you make it on your own, the ride is that much sweeter. I was like, does that mean you're not going to help me, Uncle Bob? But truth be told, he did give me excellent advice. He said, always work, be yourself. If you have opportunities, take them. Don't try to, if you just get on a set, and this is what you want to do. You want the experience. You want, get out there. And I did book one job because he was my uncle, and I auditioned for a television series by Danny Arnold. Danny Arnold's a producer of television. He did a show called Barney Miller, and lasts for years. Beloved show. Came up with another show called Stat, which was a half-hour medical comedy. But at the audition, he said this. So, why did you want to be an actor? Is there anybody in your family? And I said, well, my uncle's Robert Stack. And he goes, your aunt and uncle is Rosemary and Bob? Oh, of course you're going to be in my show. And he gave me a part, so Uncle Bob did help me get one part.
That's all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
On that
Barney
show,
Miller was a huge show back then.
What's that?
Oh, you're talking about Barney Miller.
Barney Miller was a huge show back in the day.
I was like, oh my gosh, is the guy who did Barney Miller? I was so excited. Yeah. But I was going to say I did. I got to. Oh, come on, David. What's her name? Maybe I should stop getting stoned before I do these things, right? No. Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett was in the sitcom, and I got to kiss her. My first on-screen kiss was with Angela Bassett. So.
Wow.
That doesn't suck.
No, no fucking way.
That's why I wanted to have you on the show there, Dave, because I know that you did a lot more work than this U.H.F, and it's just that that's might be what people remember you from, but learning all this new information and stuff. I mean, you must have had a great career in your life. Just continue to not have to do like a 9 to 5, or do you do something on the side?
I was delivering pizza, working at a place called Jacopo's in Beverly Hills, a pizza place when I got back to the beach, and that was 1987. And for the next 35 years, I've worked as an actor, made a living as an actor, which is so rare, and for that long, just blessed. And a lot of it was voiceover work. A lot of it was I was the voice of Best Buy. I was the voice of the Buick Regal GS. I did the Intel Pentium processor. My line on that one was the Intel Pentium processor, the center of your digital world. And that's all I said. And they put that on all their spots, and it made a ton of money. It's like you make crazy money doing voiceover work. So I was very fortunate to do that, and commercials, and movies, and television. Go ahead.
So I've been in the radio business for over 4 decades, and I've got a big studio now. I do video podcast stuff, but my wife and I do too. I want to do voice work. Voiceovers, but does a guy need to get an agent to do it or what?
Well, in this day and age, there's a lot of non-union work. I mean, I'm union, so I have to, have an agent or have to go through the proper channels, what have you. But if you have a recording studio at home, you're ahead of the game. You have access to audition, and so you can submit yourself to agents that exist in New York or LA or what have you, and still be in another part of the country. I'm not sure where you live. It's a tough nut to crack, but once you do it, it is one of the greatest jobs. Yeah.
We live close to hell. We live close
now I'm
to
getting
hell.
ready to retire.
When you're acting,
we live in the tundra.
and then the potential of voiceover comes into play. Is that your agent saying, hey, there's this other possibility that sits over here? Or is that somebody that went, well, he said something and I liked the way he said it. Let's call him.
That's a great question, because I had no desire to do voiceovers. I had no intention to do voiceovers, but I did a commercial for Saturn Cars where I was the on-camera technician. And the guy that producing the spot said, I really like your voice. I want you to come in and audition for the voiceover as well. And he booked me. And my commercial agent at the time had a voiceover department. And they said, oh, we didn't know you did voiceovers. And I was like, of course I do. And then all of a sudden they started submitting me. And that's how it started. And that was Sutton, Barth, and Venari, which is still a big agent in LA. I'm with an agent called Commercial Talent, who started there. I've been with the same commercial agent for 40 years. Since I was 20 years old. So
wow,
it's pretty crazy. So that's how I just got into it. And then all of a sudden it went from being on camera and a couple voiceovers to, the voiceovers took over. And I had multiple national campaigns running at the same time. And it was wonderful.
Yeah.
That was with us just getting done with the Super Bowl yesterday. Have you ever had any of your work in the Super Bowl at all?
That's a great question. I did indeed. I did I was the first real person, live person, to be involved with the Bud Bowl game. I don't know how old you guys, or if you remember, the Bud Bowl was the cans and the bottles playing each other, during the Super Bowl. Well, this was a promotion that if you scratched your Bud Bowl ticket, you could win the big prize or what have you. And so we did 2 promotional commercials and then 2 60-second commercials during the Super Bowl, the actual game, where we reveal the winning number. And I was the star of those spots. And the director wanted me so badly, and of course I have this, that they built me a hairpiece. I went and worked with the biggest hairpiece guy in Hollywood. His name was Ziggy, and he did Arnold Schwarzenegger's hair. He did Bruce Willis's hair. He did everybody's, made pieces for people. So he made me a hairpiece for this commercial campaign. So I had I had hair.
I don't understand what everybody's got against big foreheads. I just don't get it.
Me neither.
Hey, I got a 7 head.
There you go.
Big forehead, that's all.
Exactly.
God only so many beautiful heads. The rest are covered with hair, right?
I did make it to the Super Bowl a couple of times, actually, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That has to be a good. Cool. You make it feel really good to know that you kind of live forever, kind of. Kind of. Yeah.
Hey, I'm already Bobo the Clown from U.H.F. I think that will live on forever.
Oh yeah.
So
So the other question I have for you is probably a question you probably get a lot. You know, first of all, I tried to find interviews with you on YouTube, but couldn't find anything. All I could find was David Bowie. When David Bowie was alive, did you ever get his work confused with your work at all? Like, did the agent accidentally call you and say, "Hey, I got a music video I want you to do," and you're like, "Oh, you mean?"
My agents have received calls about David Bowie by mistake, but what I used to tell everybody, and this is true, I am a bisexual rock star married to a beautiful black woman, but the similarities taper off after that. No, I have to be honest. David Bowie is one of my heroes, and I love him to death. And my agent at the time said, "You have to change your name." Well, I got this, Triad Artists, this big agency, and the agent said, no, there's already David Bowie. And I said, no, but that's not his real name. This is my real name. His real name is David Jones, and he had to change his name because of Davy Jones and the Monkees. Not a lot of people know that. And he was named after his favorite knife, the Bowie knife.
Right.
Now, this same agent, though, said to me, this same agent said to me, well, I had a client named Michael Douglas. And we said, well, Kirk Douglas' son is Michael Douglas. You have to change your name. And she said, who's your favorite comedian or who do you love? And he said, Buster Keaton. He said he became Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
So that's Michael Keaton, whose real name is Michael Douglas. But the David Bowie thing, my agents definitely were, and if you look me up, it always says, did you mean David Bowie? And then of course not that I'm looking myself up. I'm not,
Yeah, he has the I in his name.
Yes, he has the I in his name.
But it's like I don't see a whole lot of interviews with you. I mean, I imagine you're interviewed a lot, or is it just in spurts? Or
I've done several podcasts. I was interviewed recently by a person that loves movie musicals about Back to the Beach, and not a whole bunch of interviews, but it's always fun to be invited.
I didn't know if it was a rare thing or not, because if it was, I was just going to say.
I was in prison for so long, so it was hard to, I'm kidding. That's a joke. It's a bad joke.
Yeah, that's like that joke where the guy goes in for a job interview. Yeah. And it says, well, there's this 4-year gap in your resume. He says, I was in Yale. And the guy says, oh, very good. Well, we're thinking about offering you the job. He says, oh, that's very good because, I'm having a hard time finding a job.
I was at Yale. Yeah, I was in Yale. Yeah. That's hysterical.
Well, for anybody that wants to know more about you and if they haven't from this interview, how can they do so?
With great care and determination. No. I live here in Los Angeles, California. I am no longer a bisexual rock star. I'm married to a beautiful black woman. I am single now. So, hey, I'm open to anything. I'm an actor. You got to try everything once, right?
That's twice if you like it, 3 times if it's free.
There you go. I like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we appreciate you, Dave. I mean, really, this has been a very rare treat because I'm just glad that it worked out that you had no problem coming on the show. You didn't know what to expect. I'm sure you just thought it was just me. So,
You never know. No, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I'm very excited about tonight. I don't know if you guys are sports fans. There was a game yesterday called the Super Bowl. I didn't really care about that.
Yeah.
But tonight is the debut of Luka Doncic for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's a basketball player, Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
He got traded for Anthony Davis, and so I'm just putting a word out there. Go, Luka.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a Laker. You're a Laker guy. That's right.
Yeah, I'm a Laker fan.
Real quick, since I didn't get to talk too much, my wife went to the doctors today, and her results came back. And I just wanted to fill you guys in. The doctor said to me, I got good news and bad news. And I said, well, what is it? She goes, we don't know if she got Alzheimer's or age. I said, what the hell am I supposed to do? He said, take her 12 miles from home. If she shows up, don't bang her. All right, I'll let you go.
I think we'll leave it at that, I think.
Awesome.
Well, anyway, Dave, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, my pleasure.
For another great edition of Renegade Radio. We'll see you guys next week. We got who do we got? We got Greg Watson coming on our show from South Carolina. So that'll be fun. So we appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys, and thank you, David, for once again being a part of the show.
My pleasure. Peace and love.
Thanks for being here, Dave.
Absolutely. And we'll see you guys next week for another great edition of Renegade Radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, Mama.
In a frame where pixels stay, oh, he's here to change our days. Hey, suddenly televisions bring his face to me. Digital waves, a cyber spree, all with all this stringing smile. His voice echoes through the wires across the screen. In this neon glow, he's our digital king. Max Headroom, taking us away. In his techno world we sway. Oh, he breaks the static, clears the haze, guiding us through these modern days. His smile flickers, but his words are clear. In this digital age, he's always near. Night by night, network signals, he comes alive. In the shadows of the night, he disrupts and lights the way. Our enigmatic guide in a pixelated parade. Neon grids, his domain. In this electric dream, he'll remain. Max Headroom's taking us away in his world. Where circuits breathe, he's the spirit of our digital stream. Through the night, oh, guiding us with his electric dream. Max Headroom, he's the cyber screen with each line. Technology's theme. In every flicker, there's a spark, pulls us closer from the dark. In the glow of his command, we're led by his electric hand. In this world, caught between the real and dream.
This is almost embarrassing. We was sitting here and we just realized we've got "eat cock" on our wall. And the word "yum" right beside of it. So somebody here eat some yummy cock. Come on.